I know that nobody is going to call IG again that, please, these are my people. No governor is going to call me, no minister is going to call me. Friends, my family members will not put any pressure on me because they know it's presidential order. And I'm sure they are not going to put any pressure on any of my commissioners of police because they know that this is presidential order. So the implementation is going to be very effective this time around. And we are going to deploy these men to the areas where we need them. We are returning to our frontline policing function, especially at this critical time. Every time we are talking of manpower need, manpower shortage, and now that we have surplus of 11,566 that are coming, we are redeploying to core policing functions. Is going to help us a lot. We will not neglect the welfare of these men. Mr. President, who gave this instruction, knows very well. He knows more than all of us. He knows very well that the welfare of these men is important, and anyone we are sending to the rural communities, to these remote communities, their welfare will be taken care of. That I can assure you.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education. We will.
Irọ́. You feel me? Lórí irọ́. Now, could you see, by listening to the supposed illegal police IG, Igbetokun, you can easily see a pure sycophant. When he said, Tifnubu knows more than them. How can Tifnubu know more than you about your job? You are the one advising Tifnubu. You are the one giving him information. It is what you know that Tifnubu will know, especially when it comes to policing, Abi. But no, they have to sing that praise. They have to lick the crack of the emperor. He's so intelligent. He knows everything. He's this and that. And you're like, right. You guys are just a bunch of psychophants around the praise singers. So yeah, they've withdrawn 11,566 policemen on paper. Trust me, it's on paper. However, because if it's not on paper, that broadcast, that video was yesterday. Yeah. Then the moment after that, this happened just between last night and this morning.
There are 4 plus 1 we have as 5. That one just stand outside. You look for them.
They don't know if they want to enjoy. But now, you just walk around to find where the people
that sounds. Once my guy look great. Okay. Let me cover their face. They still reach 5 minutes. Okay, Oyeka should go. So we can't leave the...
They attempted to break into that house. And from what I heard, that was in Abuja. So they attempted to. Then, in the middle of all of that, with a very strong security door that held them back, somebody finally shot gun. The moment they heard that, oh, there is gun in this place, they all picked it, they ran away. That is one of the reasons why the right people, hardworking people, who struggled and built something for themselves, deserves to live and sleep peacefully in their own homes. And anybody who comes in to trespass in that regard, right, they have the right to defend themselves. Do you understand? So, if the policemen that is claimed that Igbetokun claim to have withdrawn from private works, blah, 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 if they were enough, I think, I'm just saying, they should have been much like effective. And by now, you should be feeling it. But no, it is just on paper. There's nobody withdrawn. You will still see your celebrity with 3-4 more polls tomorrow, right? You are still going to see the family of politicians still being guarded by these supposed policemen they claim to have withdrawn, right? Now let's take this on the side. What happened in Kogi today? So there were reports of, Fulani terrorist invasion of Loloja, the state capital, as well as Kabba. There were others who said that no, the alarm actually got to Kogi Poly, where students, right, were scampering to safety. And there are short clips that shared what happened around Kogi this afternoon.
Oh, guys, it's real. Oh, guys.
So there were reports of people being kidnapped. A whole bus, including their driver, was also taken. I want to check the name of the place here. It's called the Sokoko. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry about that. It's the sound, right? So that was from Kogi. Meanwhile, the last part of the video was that of the travelers who were kidnapped. The entire bus was taken, all the passengers were taken, including another kind of like a car in front. So why that happened? They said that road, the road is Osokoko Obajana Road. That last part of the video. All of that in Kogi today. No wonder the likes of Asabuja have decided to go and bring back their supposed Niger Delta amnesty weapons. I say, well, don't come to Port Harcourt, don't come to Rivers, and be careful in the Niger Delta, because here they are.
Yeah, we are ready to go. We are ready. All right, go. Well done. Akim. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Yes. So just, easy, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to Nigeria. That is why I sort of like fear for if this whole thing is so mismanaged enough that the people have to act to defend themselves. In this sense, we are going to create different kinds of militia groups who are going to end up controlling their own territory until Nigerian government will have nowhere to claim any authority on. Because it's going to get to that stage. It is reported that, of course, the Fulani terrorists and the Boko Haram terrorists and their sponsor, indeed, now that they have escalated this issue of insecurity in the southern part of Nigeria, they are also eyeing your oil. Yeah, the one that Donald Trump wants to come and steal your oil, America. But the terrorists are also eyeing your oil. And the Niger Delta militants or retired militants or hibernating militants have decided to oil their own machines just in case of incasity. So it's not going to end well, right? So on the part of Nigeria, like generally, Ndume, by the way, was with Sheung this evening. He was talking about the National Assembly having a quarterly sitting. So you get now, like maybe just sitting every quarter, rather than having this full-time job. And the money they are paying them, they should add it to the security money to fund the military. And also, it says something about the space, like Nigeria should have these satellites there, that Nigeria doesn't have any. And that is why Nigeria couldn't really capture the images of all these terrorists like America would, okay? So in his own words, please watch this.
It's important for Nigerians to know where our deficiencies are so that we can pick ourselves. So this embarrassment is too much. These ragtag, these people that are less than 4,000 or 5,000, terrorizing a population of 200 million, is shameful. Yeah. And if we cannot call ourselves to order and say, what exactly do we need? How many satellites do we need to be able to monitor? Do we really have the satellite? If you have the satellite, why not call NICOMSAT? Why not call the Minister of Science and Technology? Who are the people that are supposed to be asking questions? We're talking about the families of dead citizens of Nigeria, innocent citizens that are dead. Why are we not waking up in this country? Senator, what do we know? What do we have in terms of manpower? Do we have the technology? Do we have the IT to be able to fight this terrorism? Or we're not using them?
You look agitated.
I'm very pained. My state is affected. Your state is affected.
Now you feel the pitch. When we were talking about Boko Haram 15 years ago, in fact, I was nearly sent to prison. Because as I was talking, the way I'm talking now, the government then wanted to make me a scapegoat. But that is by the side. Let's go to the important, not lamenting, not getting frustrated. No, just calm down. This time I'm the one that will calm you down. Okay, we have a problem. We must admit that we have that problem first. But fortunately now that the government, the president, is looking more responsive than he was. These measures that he has taken recently is commendable, but that is not enough. The major problems are known: training, equipment, ammunition, and motivation. Let me take it one by one. The training.
Senator, just a moment. The question that I asked earlier, and we will go to all of those issues, is this satellite matter. We cannot sweep it on.
Okay, let me tell you the matter.
Do you know the reason? You know the reason why I'm going to ask this question, and we're going to investigate. Nigeria has paid money.
Yeah.
We've invested.
Yeah.
It's like the CCTV cameras on the street of Abuja that suddenly disappeared. Who got the contract? Who paid for it? Where are the CCTV cameras? These are supposed to fight crime and criminality. The same thing with our satellite. How the federal government should come out to tell us how many satellites do we have? Why are we not able to track these criminals? Don't we have the technology to be able to track them? GSM technology, satellite technology. We need answers in this country. And that's why we cannot sweep it under the carpet, Senator.
But you are asking me as if I'm the DG.
No, because you're a member of the Senate Committee. Nigerians need to know.
Shogun, you have started again. You come here to interview me, not to interrogate me.
I'm not interrogating you.
This is what you are trying to do. I'm not here for
I want us to stay on that matter.
I'm even more interested. I'm telling you from the sources I have, and I don't have to tell you the sources, is that Nigeria has 3 satellites in the outspace there. And that is not to say it's not, no big deal. I think it's one of the highest in Africa. But then, to orbit, this orbiting, this satellite operation is orbiting. If you want to have real time, then you need to have more satellite in the outspace there, so that you can have your information as the satellite orbits the Earth, coming back to Nigeria's station and like that. We don't have that capacity. If we had that capacity, those even beginning from the Chibok girls and all that, when America was giving us information, they had their satellite on us, and that's why they were able to give us further information, because if they zoom on that, you get it. But in that Nigeria's case, it's not there. We don't have the satellite images that is required. We only have aerial images, like the Nigerian Air Force has what they call UAVs, about 6 of them or so. We have about 12 Tucanos, right? We have about some few attack helicopters. But all this cannot work effectively if you don't have the coverage of where your people are, where are the enemies, and that you can only do through the satellite. And for now, it is not something that we'll say, oh, Nigerian government should do it immediately. But it is something that we can collaborate with bigger countries like China, Russia, even France, or particularly US. US has about 8,500 satellites out there. We only have 4. And when you say you want to have real images, you can't say. So I don't know where that information is coming. Yes, if you use your Google this thing now, you can see what is happening in your house. If you install cameras in your house, and then you use is it the recent camera system, you can attach it to your device and see it right here in the studio. But you can't see what is happening in Sambisa. You can't see what is happening in the forest of...
Important for Nigeria.
So Nigeria needs to get into space so as to be able to see what is everything that is happening from the above. What about those who are already seeing things from the below already, like what is happening on ground? How many of such information have they actually really used? And when they use them, did they actually really get rid of the terrorists? Or they just do their own catch and release, which is what they have been doing? You know, so they are sabotaging their own effort, if there is any effort at all. Here you get now. How do you capture terrorists? And you are comfortable in releasing them in a civilian way? That these northern governors, including local government chairmen, are like hobnobbing with these terrorists openly, making it seem like they are just normal people. And these are people, oh dear. Here you get. So you're sabotaging the same effort. So if you want to deal with it, you have to deal with those people first. With that kind of mindset, there are those from northern part of Nigeria, by the way, who believes that these guys are just being misunderstood. I mean, some of them have spoken out, like you've seen them publicly. But there are those who have not spoken out publicly, but they genuinely feels like, yeah, these guys are not doing anything wrong. You reacting the way you are reacting just makes it even worse, because you don't understand them. As why do I need to understand them? People are already living in fear. And the only way to allay their fears is to ensure that the perpetrators are actually brought to book and they see that justice is done. And then you also care for the victims. Baba, there are over 20 million Nigerians displaced, living in refugee camps. They've left their communities, thousands of them. Schools have been destroyed. Thousands of schools have been destroyed. Millions of children are now out of school in that part of the country. That's massive. So you shouldn't be comfortable seeing people freeing and releasing terrorists who are committing all these atrocities, and they are not stopping. Doesn't make any sense. at Mawuko in Abeokuta North this evening. Somebody uploaded a video because they saw a convoy of bikes in their community, and now they are raising alarm online. Let me help them. This is Mawuko earlier this evening.
Bandits say bandits, bro. Oh my.
So do you get what I mean? Things have gotten to a stage whereby people have become so worried about things they never really pay attention to before. So when they begin to see like tens of bikes in convoy, strange guys, so they become so like agitated, right? Apprehensive. So as like, because they're not sure. And you see the environment as well. Dark, no electricity, no good road, no nothing. So the problems that these guys have, foisted on the country for so long due to their own corruption, as well as their incompetence and whatever else that contributed to all of this, will tell you that if you want to solve this Nigeria's problem, where do you really want to start from? Fix electricity, start fixing infrastructure in rural areas who are mostly vulnerable, by the way, in this whole thing, right? Those of you who live in the city, state capitals, you are likely never, right, going to see things like those who are living in the rural areas, border towns, far communities who have been like cut off from civilization in most cases, because there's no good roads, there's no schools, there's no nothing in these areas that they are so cut off. These are their easy targets. And these are the areas they have turned to ungoverned areas. And as they are saying, it's coming to town next to you if nothing is done. So Peter Obi was in London yesterday, where he kind of like met Nigerians, asking him questions. So he was, again, speaking on the state of the nation, Nigeria, and kind of like considering the potential of the country, what the country could have been if all this madness is not happening. So I am going to take it to that school where he had that chat yesterday. So watch this.
Is it agriculture? Is it food? We can make more money today from agriculture than we make from money. Very simple. We can make clearly more money. Netherlands, which is here, is a country with water, 41,000 square kilometers. Without water, 3,000. Annually, they make from agricultural, export of agricultural related products, 120 billion euros. That is about $130 billion. That's 3 times what we make from oil. For somebody with 3,000 square kilometers of land. Our biggest state, which is actually where Trump has all the fertile land, everything, is Niger State. Niger State is 76.3 thousand square kilometers, 2.5 times the size of Netherlands. And Netherlands, and it's very fertile. And Netherlands is about 17 million people. Niger State is about 7. You can go on and on. The place that is giving us problems today is Borno State, where we have Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest area is agricultural land. It's not supposed to be giving us problem. The entire Sambisa area is 60,000 square kilometers. That is why it's the size of Belgium. Belgium is about 30,000 square kilometers. It's 3 times the size of Israel. Israel is about 22,000 square kilometers. Times 3 is 66. Compared with 60, it's same size. And these countries are called feed themselves and they export. Our own is causing us trouble. Why? It's a push. Bring it down. Turn it into agricultural product. Today, Morocco is exporting food to Europe. world is looking for food. Where we should be looking for food. We are a country that have all it takes to feed ourselves, be able to export more. Ukraine had war. The world was shaking because of grain. And if you don't know, Ukraine gave us, why they are still at war, they gave Nigeria grain to help us manage our house. That war. The entire Ukraine, northern Nigeria, is over 25